Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day this video may find you. Thank you for visiting the channel. Thank you for returning to the channel. Thank you so much for my subscribers. This channel is new, but I have getting some good support on. Let me know that you guys want more. And today I wanted to do a video, y'all, that I thought was so important. I've been talking some about the whole family unit in terms of the effects of having a narcissistic spouse and parent in the home. And I just wanted to say some things. I'm going to do multiple videos because there's so much. This is so deep, y'all. But I wanted to do this video here to just kind of give everyone something to think about. I don't know if you are a parent like me and the spouse that was in the home with a narcissist, or you are a child that is, an adult or a teenager, and you're trying to figure out this whole narcissist thing. You figured out that one or both of your parents are narcissists, and you're trying to maneuver through life. I don't know which one you are, but this video here is for both those people. It's for, and hey, if the narcissists are out there, I'm sure they are, you can get something from this too. So that's another video. So listen, I just wanted to say that we all have to understand that we are all humans, whether we have become a parent or a spouse yet, but we all have backgrounds, okay? So for those of you that are like me, that are actually the parent, and was married or in a relationship, long-term relationship with a narcissist, you have to forgive yourself, because you are also a human. You had a past just like anyone else. You were raised by your parents, okay? A lot of us was brought up in environments where hidden lies was a part of the dynamics. You just didn't talk about things. You didn't talk about pain. You didn't talk about suffering. Whatever happened in the family, you just suffered through it, okay? And counseling was not a big part. For you young people, you have to understand, counseling was not a big part of the whole talk in society back in, the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. Really, counseling really in the 2000s, the latter 2000s, I would say the last 10 years or so, 10, maybe 20, but 10 for sure. But I'm talking about like on a level where it is being acceptable for people to go to counseling without people calling you crazy, and counseling is affordable now for a lot more people than it was in, I know it back in my days, it was unreachable back when I was young, I know. So it was unreachable, and in terms of you couldn't afford it, and also there was a stigma, a stigma that if you went to counseling, then you're crazy. So in many communities, not for everyone, counseling was a thing that upper middle class, and the rich did. Okay. not saying that everybody in that on that economical scale did it, but those were the people that were able to afford it, and the people that understood because of education. you know um, Knowledge is key. So because of the education, that they understood that this was a good thing, for you to heal. So I'm saying this to say, for you younger people that are judging your parents so harshly that stayed with the narcissist, you have got to understand that counseling was not something that was acceptable when they were younger, and it was not accessible. Okay? They were taught to just live and just push through life and be strong. Just be strong, and push through life. And that's what they did. They worked hard to be there for you. You know if that's true or not. If you want to be honest with yourself, I understand that some of you have gotten into relationships and have went through life and made decisions, and you feel like because you were brought up in a home with a narcissist and with this toxic stuff going on all around you, that affected your decisions. I get that. However, you got to understand that your parents went through the same thing. They went through the same thing. And they went through it during a time when they didn't have the information that you have. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have YouTube. The knowledge that you have now, your parents was not afforded that. So I'm just saying that to say, don't waste. I mean, everybody has to be accountable for their part. So definitely, your parent that is not the narcissist, that stay with the narcissist, do need to say, I'm sorry. I've told my children, at least the two that I can talk to on a level, that I'm so sorry that I didn't understand what was going on, and my son understands. One of the daughters sort of, kind of, but what I'm saying is, you have to be honest with yourself. If we're going to deal with truth here, you have to be honest with yourself about the details, the totality of the truth of what actually happened. Okay? So yes, your parent should apologize, give you a good, honest, heartfelt apology, and y'all work together on healing. But you have got to also understand how it happened. When they give you that apology, you'll know. Be honest with yourself. You'll know if what your parent is saying. If they say, I did everything I could do, you know if they did. And if you look at their background, their family background, you can understand too why they may not have understood how toxic the situation was. You know their family. You know your parents' family. You know them. You know them, and you know what your parents have had to go through with that family. You know that. Okay? So that's for the younger, in terms of, don't walk around and allow this narcissist to have torn up your family. And then you end up being bitter and angry at the person that did everything to save the family. That means the narcissist wins. That means the devil won. The devil won in terms of tearing up the family if you do that. And also that means that you're on a long journey to find to your healing. It's going to be a long journey for you, because you're walking around with bitterness and anger towards someone that it's not in line with the justification of what you're bitter and angry with them about. Okay? I don't know how old you are, but at some point, just like your parent at some point had to take accountability for their actions, you got to take accountability for your actions too. So whatever decisions you made in your life, just like I've said on another video, the narcissist was brought up in a toxic home. If they got with somebody, more than likely they were brought up in one too. Okay? There's a choice there. Do I want to continue this toxicity, or do I want to get this toxicity out of my life? Okay? The scapegoats and the empaths, that's pretty much end up. That's, that's on the right. That characteristic goes together, and that's why your other parent that's not the narcissist end up being the scapegoat in y'all's family dynamic too. Okay? That's exactly the reason why. And you got to understand that your animosity towards that parent is part of the scapegoat dynamics. Put everything on the parent. That parent, the one that's not the narcissist. The narcissist trained you. They trained everyone in the family. They've trained the spouse to be the scapegoat, and they've trained you that the parent is the scapegoat. The parent was brought up being the scapegoat in their own family as a child, and now they've grown up and they got their own family, and the head of that family or the other person in that family is continuing the abuse, and they're making the environment for the children to do the same thing. You ever heard of generational curse? That's what's going on here, people. So we all have to look at ourselves, take accountability for ourselves, no matter whether we're the adult child, even as a teenager. As a teenager, you can start taking, some major, I think even as a child, accountability is critical. But for sure, by the time you're a teen and you're an adult, young adult, 20s, 30s, whatever, you got to take some accountability. And okay, when you looked at your two parents, did you say, oh, wow, I like that toxicity right there. I'm going to do that. That would be something that's good in my life. Or did you look at the other parent and say, you know what? So my mom, my dad is a good person, and they're doing everything they can to save this family. But because of this one, this is why we can't do it. So I want to be more like this person. More like, because you don't supposed to copycat anybody. Because no human is without flaw, okay? But what I'm saying is, we all have to understand that we all have a background. We all have a family history. We were all born here as babies. Every last one of us. None of us came here as adults. We came here as babies, and we were raised, and depending on the time and era when we were raised, that has a lot to do with our decision making, our thought process, especially when we were in a baby Christian stage. If you didn't have a relationship with God and you was looking for one with Him, or you was new to it, and the narcissist snatched you up in the midst of your you getting to know God, you didn't get to heal. So this is how you didn't pick up on the changes that you needed to make in your life. So I just wanted to talk about that, y'all. This is something that's very, very important, and it's part of our healing. we have to be honest with ourselves, whether we're the adult children. Um, this was just a thought that I just, your parents are adult children of narcissists. Okay, you're going to destroy a wonderful relationship with somebody that loves you so much, and they're the same victim you are. Y'all can heal and grow together instead of you putting blame on them for actually being the same victim that you were. And knowing their family dynamics and the era that they were raised in, understanding that that wasn't there for, it's different now. It's more knowledge out there now. More things are acceptable. Look, if you're in your 30s, 20s, 30s, or 40s, whatever, your parent may just have found out about narcissism through YouTube. And YouTube was not out when your parents were growing up or when they were your age. Nobody was, I don't know when the date was when YouTube started, but people weren't using it like that. I know that this is how I found out. Yeah. And one of my things that I said was, where was YouTube? Yeah, I was like, where was YouTube? So, but anyways, I just, look, this is just the hardened truth, people. We've got to heal, and everybody has got to take accountability, and we got to be on the path to healing by dealing with truth, taking accountability for our part and what's going on in our lives, being able to listen to each other about the pain that has happened. Don't get offended. If you're a parent like me and your child is expressing something, don't get offended by what they're saying, but don't allow yourself to be a punching bag either. It's a difference between, a child expressing that, you disappointed me because, you accepted this kind of person and you stayed with them. And I'm so hurt by that, Mom. I'm so hurt by that, Dad. And then the parent saying, I understand. Listen, versus you trying to use that to torture your parent. There's a difference. So, listen, we're all victims in this whole thing. That devil is using that one person to take down the entire family. They're getting and families. The devil is getting a one, because he's taking down that narcissist. He's getting multiple people out of one person. Got one person that's working for him, that's taking down their family, and a lot of them go and have affairs and stuff with other people that's married and stuff and tear down that. It's just, okay? Don't let them destroy your life. Don't wait to 20, 30 years later and be like, you know what? There was no reason that my mom or my dad, that is not the narcissist, shouldn't have had a good relationship. We wasted a lot of time with this anger, this unjustified anger towards them. Don't find yourself 10, 20, 30 years down the line, because some of them may not even be here. We don't know when we're going to leave this earth. So don't do it. Make peace with people that you know that are good people, that you know that their heart was in the right place concerning this situation. And then take accountability in terms of what you're going to do with your life and how you're going to heal and how you're not going to allow this narcissist to destroy your life or your parents. Okay? I hope this helps everyone that is watching the video. Please share this video. I think it's very, very important for people, for the whole family that have been in a home with toxicity in it, in terms of a selfish person that just don't see anyone else, and everything was just about them. Everything was about them. You know, I did 2 videos I think that would be very good for some of you to watch. Is I did 2 different big mamas. I did a spiritual big mama and then the carnal big mama. And it'll, if you watch those 2, you'll see how a head can literally have a whole family in groupthink mode, where they can't even see beyond anything but what that person has taught them in terms of their major characteristics and who they are. And that means that that person is their God, and no human should be our God. Okay. But anyways, I love you. This video is longer than I thought I was going to make it, but I wanted to definitely get it out. And I love you all. And we're on the road to healing. I claim it. I believe it. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a blessed day. Bye.